Welcome to this comprehensive guide on IAM Best Practices and Security Guidelines for AWS Access Management. In this video, we'll explore essential security practices that every AWS user should implement to protect their cloud infrastructure. Identity and Access Management, or IAM, is the foundation of AWS security, and following these best practices will help you maintain a secure and well-organized cloud environment. Let's start with protecting your root account, which is the most powerful account in your AWS environment. First, enable multi-factor authentication, or MFA, on your root account immediately after creating it. This adds an extra layer of security beyond just a password. Second, never use the root account for daily tasks or routine operations. The root account should only be used for specific account-level tasks that require root privileges. Third, remove all access keys associated with the root account. Access keys are programmatic credentials, and the root account should not have any, as they pose a significant security risk if compromised. Now let's discuss IAM users and groups. Always create individual IAM users for each person who needs access to your AWS account. Never share credentials between multiple people, as this makes it impossible to track who performed which actions. Use groups to assign permissions collectively to multiple users. Instead of attaching policies directly to individual users, create groups based on job functions or departments and assign users to appropriate groups. This makes permission management much more efficient. Finally, enforce strong password policies for all IAM users. Configure requirements such as minimum password length, complexity requirements, and regular password rotation to ensure account security. The principle of least privilege is one of the most important security concepts in IAM. Grant users only the minimum permissions they absolutely need to perform their job functions. Start with a deny-all approach, then gradually add only the specific permissions required. This minimizes the potential damage if an account is compromised. Regularly review and remove unused permissions from your users and roles. Over time, user responsibilities change, and permissions that were once necessary may no longer be needed. Conduct periodic audits to ensure users don't have excessive privileges that they no longer require. Multi-factor authentication, or MFA, is crucial for securing your AWS accounts. Enable MFA for all IAM users, not just the root account. This ensures that even if a password is compromised, attackers cannot access the account without the second authentication factor. Require MFA for privileged operations, especially those that can make significant changes to your infrastructure, such as deleting resources or modifying security settings. For critical accounts with elevated privileges, use hardware MFA devices instead of virtual MFA applications. Hardware devices provide an additional layer of security and are more resistant to certain types of attacks. IAM roles are a more secure alternative to long-term credentials. Use roles for applications and services running on AWS infrastructure, such as EC2 instances or Lambda functions. Roles provide temporary credentials that automatically rotate, eliminating the need to embed static credentials in your code. Prefer roles over long-term access keys whenever possible. Access keys are permanent credentials that can be exposed in code repositories or logs. Roles, on the other hand, issue temporary credentials that expire automatically. Implement temporary credentials with roles for cross-account access and federated users. This ensures that access is time-limited and reduces the risk of credential compromise. If you must use access keys, manage them carefully. Rotate access keys regularly, at least every 90 days. Regular rotation limits the window of opportunity if keys are compromised. Remove inactive and unused access keys immediately. Conduct regular audits to identify keys that haven't been used recently and delete them. Never embed access keys directly in your code or commit them to version control repositories. Instead, use secure methods like AWS Secrets Manager, environment variables, or IAM roles. Hard-coded credentials in code are easily exposed and represent a major security vulnerability. When creating IAM policies, follow these guidelines. Use AWS managed policies when possible. AWS provides pre-built policies for common use cases that are maintained and updated by AWS as services evolve. These policies follow best practices and are regularly reviewed for security. Create custom policies for specific organizational needs that aren't covered by managed policies. Custom policies give you fine-grained control over permissions. Use policy conditions to restrict access based on factors like IP address, time of day, or whether MFA was used. Conditions add an extra layer of security by limiting when and how permissions can be used. Continuous monitoring and auditing are essential for maintaining security. Enable AWS CloudTrail for IAM API logging. CloudTrail records all API calls made in your account, providing a complete audit trail of who did what and when. This is invaluable for security investigations and compliance requirements. Use IAM Access Analyzer regularly to identify resources that are shared with external entities. Access Analyzer helps you discover unintended access to your resources. Generate and review credential reports periodically. These reports show the status of all users and their credentials, helping you identify security issues like unused accounts or credentials that haven't been rotated. Implement these practices to secure your AWS environment. Remember, security is not a one-time task, but a continuous journey. Regularly review your IAM configurations, stay updated with AWS security best practices, and adapt your security posture as your organization grows and evolves. By following these IAM best practices, you'll significantly reduce your attack surface and maintain a robust security foundation for your AWS infrastructure. Thank you for watching, and remember to always prioritize security in your cloud operations.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.